Hello, today I want to talk about something which I find interesting and intriguing, and that is the Miswak. And first, I'll look at the historical and a bit of the religious background, and then I'll briefly go over how the dental and mental health are connected through the nervous system, and then some benefits and general uses of the Miswak also. So, to start with the historical background, the exact origin of mechanical devices for cleaning teeth is actually unknown. However, since ancient times and well before the invention of the modern toothbrush, civilized people have used some type of cleaning instrument to clean and preserve their teeth. The first early devices include the toothstick, also refers to as the toothpick or trick brush. Toothpicks have been traced as far back as prehistoric times. For example, they have been excavated in the ancient Babylonian city of Ur, which was known for towering walls and was a great empire or city of an empire. It was all the way back in 3500 BC. And then during the 2nd century BC, the Greek sophist Alciphron, he recommended the use of a toothpick to clean the so-called fibrous residue which remains between the teeth after meals. Alciphron used the Greek word karphos to describe the toothpick, which means blade of straw, roughly translated as blade of straw more so. And the Romans used the toothpicks from the Pistacia lenticus. Um, Now, just to mention some other names of the chewing stick in other cultures, for example, it's called miswak in Arabic, of course, and then koyoji in Japanese, khisam in Hebrew, kissa in Aramaic, and mastic in Latin. And the miswak is obtained from the plant Salvadora persica, which is the most extensively used plant to prepare chew sticks. Now, the advances in medieval Arab medicine during the golden age of the Islamic civilization naturally applied to oral hygiene as well. So, the Arab physicians during this golden age considered the oral cavity as an essential part of the human body, and they treated it with corresponding interest as it relates to personal hygiene. Many of these principles of Islamic dental hygiene were actually attributed directly to the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, who used the miswak and recommended it to his followers also. Thus, the miswak was not only associated with dental hygiene, but also as a part of a religiously cultivated way of life, giving it a further elevated status. Islam has significantly contributed to the spread and use of the miswak in different parts of the world. The religious and spiritual impact of the miswak is probably the principal reason, I think, why it is still extensively used by people today all over the globe. Now, the human anatomy possesses perhaps the most complex composition among all the living beings on Earth. Our anatomy is connected in ways one cannot even comprehend, and the connection between one's mental and dental health is very important, and is for some reason in modern medicine often an overlooked part in considering mental illnesses. There are multiple nerves in the oral cavity that attach to your brain. For instance, the trigeminal nerve is a cranial nerve that connects your teeth, gums, and jaw. When a person has poor oral health, it can lead to or it can more so impact their eating, their speech, mental clarity, self esteem, and it can also lead to reduced social interactions, which further harms their mental well being. Also, just to emphasize on this connection between the oral cavity and the brain, if you think about the last time you had a toothache and it was pretty bad, you probably had a headache as well. Finally, to go over some of the benefits and uses of the miswak. Firstly, its fibers are excellent in gently massaging the gums. It improves blood circulation. It's 100% natural in contrast to the modern toothbrush, which is synthetic. The release of beneficial chemicals such as trimethylamine, mustard oil, vitamin C, resins, flavonoids, and fluoride, and it contains natural antibacterial agents called salvadorin, and of course, no toothpaste is needed. The miswak also has the potential to eliminate phlegm, strengthen the sense of sight, it improves the taste of the mouth and strengthens the gums, and aids with one's digestion. But also, the miswak is actually very important for the gums. almost as important as it is for the teeth, perhaps even more so depending on the person using it, because at the bottom of every tooth there are two acupuncture points connected to different organs, and Miswak has the ability to balance the function of the organs associated with those gums. Furthermore, Miswak reduces pain in the muscles, prevents gum diseases and tooth decay, and it can clear one's voice and preserve one's mental health and strength until the very last breath if used consistently. Even those who do not have teeth or those with false teeth should also take advantage of miswak for their gums. However, people who have veneers on their teeth have to be a bit more careful when using the miswak, as there's a permanent blood circulation disorder in their gums. Now, if any of you find this video and have some feedback or maybe some interesting subjects that could be covered, you can leave them in the comment section.